Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Exopolitics Hungary. A very warm welcome to all of you. And our special guest is Kosta Makreas. He's the founder of CE-5 initiative. So hello, Kosta. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on the program, Balint.
Thank you very much indeed. And please introduce us into CE-5. What is this actually?
There are protocols called close encounters, CE1 through 5. And 5 is the one that was coined most recently that describes a human-initiated contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. And after all, that's the reason I'm talking today, is because as a co-founder of a website and a community, a social community called etletstalk.org, we are 5,000 people in 50 countries who are dedicated to doing human-initiated contact with friendly, benevolent extraterrestrial intelligence. Now, CE5, the protocol describes the fact that humans can initiate the contact instead of waiting for extraterrestrials, waiting for UFOs to show up, that kind of thing. And there is a method to do that, actually many methods that are used to do that. Our group uses what we call HICE, Human-Initiated Contact Experience, HICE. And I can describe that more in detail later. But the basic idea is to use consciousness, thought, intelligence, which is very joyful and interested in reaching human beings. And I can talk a little bit more later about why that is and how that is. But basically, I'm here to let people know that at etletstalk.org, we have a community all across the world of people practicing this human-initiated contact experience, the HICE, and having quite a bit of success as they report back to us some of their experiences over the months and over the years. This HICE began for myself back in 2006 when I attended an ambassador training in Mount Shasta, California, that introduced me to the methods to contact extraterrestrial intelligence. And I spent a week there and had some amazing success, both on the ground with sightings in the sky and also personal experience up close that actually changed my life and led me to doing the work that I'm doing now, and that is wanting to teach other people more and more at etletstalk.org how to make their own kind of contact and to grow from that. So that's where we are today. There's a great need for human beings and an ability for them to make their own contact, and I am here along with my partners at etletstalk.org to teach people who are willing and open-minded to make their own kind of contact and to draw their own conclusions and to have their own kind of communication.
Okay, very nice. And why is it important for humanity? Why is it important for the individual people?
That's an excellent question because any individual anywhere can ask, how does this affect my life? We do know from polls and statistics that in many countries, more than half of the population does believe that UFOs and ETs do exist and that they are visiting our planet at this time. So the public is very open-minded, but most people will say, I have to go to my job, I have to raise my family, I have to, earn a living and take care of my survival. Why should I be interested in whether we are being visited by other civilizations or not? How does this affect me? Why should I bother? And I have a good answer to that, because one question to ask is, these benevolent civilizations that are coming to us, how are they getting here? What is the means, the energy, the propulsion that they are using? Might there be some new science, like free energy, that we can learn about? Might they have new technologies for medicine, for healing us, maybe spiritual technologies to help us get along, to cooperate with us? There are many questions about what help such civilizations could probably bring to humanity who wants to cooperate with them. And that's how it affects everyday people. Just for example, with the free energy, imagine if there were a source of free energy on Earth here that extraterrestrials had given us access to or helped us with. We could power our schools, our homes, our transportation systems, our factories, our farms for free with energy forever, limitless and non-polluting. Now imagine what that would mean to the ecological healing of the Earth. Imagine how it would change the economic structure of survival so that all the time and energy many people, billions, spend across the planet trying to survive because they have to use energy that they have to pay someone for, fossil fuels, oil and such. If all that were free and limitless, isn't it possible that we may not have to work so hard for survival? And if we don't have to work so many hours with so much energy to survive because our energy is being supplied for us, then imagine all the creativity where people who spent those hours at work or commuting could instead devote themselves to art, to being creative, to doing something that is really their heart's desire, that makes them want to live, that makes them excited about living again. And also imagine that if we weren't fighting over oil and fossil fuels, there would be no more need for wars, no more blood for oil anywhere in the world, no more fighting for territories and such. Now, how would that affect the world? All the billions of dollars that goes to fighting those wars and all the lost lives and all the hatred could be in time erased. Do you want a world at peace? Well, then you have to contemplate how cooperating with extraterrestrials who are vitally interested in helping us achieve that world, what they could do in cooperation with us. Those are just two examples there. Maybe world peace and more creativity for individuals because they don't have to work so hard to survive. By the way, half the planet goes to bed hungry. This is billions of people. The 3.5 billion people likely don't know where their next meal is coming from. And if free energy could help them, if there could be an end to poverty, if all the resources we spend on militaries to fight each other could be diverted to growing food and to promoting peace and to us getting along together, this would not just be an idle, idealistic dream. This is something that is very practically achievable. Wouldn't that be the kind of world we would want to strive for? And we believe at etletstalk.org that by teaching people to make their own contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, they can start asking these questions, start preparing the way for the day when this intelligence can more openly walk the earth and work with us. We all know that there's many elites around the world, the bankers and all such, and we have seen how they have messed up the financial system in many countries. Well, there's been a lot of suppression of the UFOs as well in many countries, although this is starting to come out more and more into the open, but it's not fast enough for many people, for many of us. And so we believe that everyday people can learn to contact extraterrestrial intelligence on their own and ask for their help and ask for the day when they can work openly with us, so that the powers that have up until now created the wars, manipulated the financial systems, and stolen the money from us and made us economic slaves, those powers would no longer be able to do that as more ETs were engaged with us. And that is what many of us are working for. And everyone in the world has the power to make this connection through human-initiated contacts, experiences, heists, which is what we teach at etletstalk.org. That's how it affects every person. If you want your children's children to live a better life than you have, than what we have right now with wars and poverty and ecological destruction, then we can work with civilizations that have solved these problems and are here to help us. They will not infringe on our free will, but they will, if they're invited, cooperate with us as much as we allow them to. And that is where the hope lies. And every single person listening to this has a role that they can play by making their own contact and seeing for themselves that these civilizations are here and they do want to help. And I urge people to come to etletstalk.org and click on Making Contact in order to learn how simple and easy it is for themselves or in a group to contact extraterrestrial intelligence and then join a community where it's safe to talk about what they encounter.
Beautiful, really hopeful. And could you please describe how it actually works when I decide myself in the evening to practice CE-5?
Sure. This is what's called, it's consciousness-based, and don't let the word consciousness throw you off. We are conscious every day, all our lives. We do things with deliberation and intent. So by saying this is consciousness-based, and by the way, this started many decades ago, I believe in the 70s even, with groups using this kind of method called Rama and others since then. So this consciousness-based method means that with deliberate intent, with a peaceful heart, with goodwill, good intentions, a person either alone or with a group can be still and join in thought and in visualization, many with eyes closed, and in just about any situation that allows people to sit down and get quiet. Some may call it meditation. Other people might term it prayer. Other people might call it ritual. The labels don't matter, I should say. But what I want people to understand is that it's a method where we use our thought and our hearts united within ourselves and with other people in our circle to link together and to call out and to visualize this extraterrestrial intelligence. We're told that their starcraft are here by the millions from many different civilizations. They do show themselves, and we're told by them and by others who speak to them that using this method of a peaceful, loving approach and linking with each other in thought and from heart to heart in a quiet circle, and then visualizing where they are and extending in a visual manner in our imagination, extending beams of light and love to them out in space, and also showing them in our imagination where we might be where we are located, as if we're looking down on the earth and can see a map where we are. We give them a picture of where we are, and we invite them to join with us. Some people would call this raising our frequency, raising our vibration. Other people would just say raising our love awareness. That really is the key. They will respond to the peace that people bring, the love, the good intention. If there is any fear, any extreme skepticism, prove it to me kind of thing, a very strong, non-open-minded approach, I don't think that there will be any result in contact. So I do want to urge people to at least have an open mind and realize that if they use this method of joining in a circle and using their imagination and making the contact, using their heart, their love, talking with their minds and inviting the interaction, it will happen because the ETs are looking for peaceful human beings with whom they can connect. There are other human beings around this planet who are suppressing the knowledge of their presence here and are actually using space-based weapons to shoot at them. And so when they can find peaceful people doing this who want to cooperate, I think they're very joyful. They will find a safe and simple way to communicate. It won't always be wonderful flashing lights in the sky, although that is a wonderful thing, and people can go out and have experiences like that, and many thousands of people have had those. However, other ways that the ETs can communicate might be through telepathic messages, through lucid dreams that people have. It might be a touch on your knee or on your shoulder that seems to come out of nowhere. It might be electrical phenomenon like your smartphone suddenly turning on or turning off many times, for example, or phenomenon with lights in your house, or a car radio or recorder going on and off, or perhaps a radar detector. in the middle of nowhere starting to make rapid beeps. There are just many ways, and as people go out and keep trying this heist, this human-initiated contact experience, they will begin to see that these experiences do happen if they are aware that the experiences are not just going to be in the sky, although that will happen too.
What method do you suggest or do you use?
The method that I described, where I get quiet, I go into a deep meditation, and using my imagination, if I'm in a circle with my group, I imagine a light going from heart to heart in each member of the group and circulating round and round. And I imagine also I believe in souls, our souls connected, and a light circulating round and round that connects us all. And I infuse all that with love. And then in the middle of our circle, I imagine a ball of light and love, and each person in the group extends from their heart like a spoke from the outer part of a wheel to the middle of the wheel, a connection to the center of that ball in the center. And then from that ball, we beam of light up, straight up into space, a brilliant, like a searchlight that can be seen for hundreds of miles, showing the ETs where we are located. We also imagine the solar system, and we zoom in on planet Earth, and then closer and closer we zoom in on our location, and we're in the United States. So we visualize that, and we show them the group sitting there with the beam of light extending, and we invite them in our thought to join with us and to communicate with us, and we tell them that we're happy to make that communication and that we're peaceful. And they know this. They are able to tune in to groups like ours all over the planet. So that's when they start initiating their contact. I forgot to mention also that some people are more geared towards having feelings of love sweeping through them, for example, or of an elevated vibration, or a very strong, calm presence that comes over them. That works too.
And what kind of track record do you have? What kind of experiences do you have? Do you have a little booklet of that, for example?
On our website at etletstalk.org, anybody can sign on and become a free member there. You can look at the forum there. Every month when our groups go out, and we send about almost 200 groups every month in 30 countries, close to the new moon, to do this kind of coordinated contact. We link up with each other as well as with the ETs. After this monthly event, it's a 24-hour period on a Saturday. The 200 groups, a small number of them who like to write and tell about their experiences, will describe their experience on the forum on our website for that month, so that other people can read them and comment on them and share. etletstalk.org is about a community, so a certain number of people will write about their experience, and it varies. It's just amazing the different kinds of things that people come up with in terms of their contact. And that allows other people to read it, to comment on it, and to have a discussion. And that builds the strength in the community. I would say that, well, our website has been around now for about a year, and so we'll have anywhere from half a dozen to a couple dozen reports, depending on the month, that come in from the field. And again, it takes a very special kind of person who wants to take the time to sit down and write. Not everybody likes to write. So we know from other discussions via email and personal correspondence that many groups are having experiences. But again, not everybody picks up a pen or a computer and likes to report them. But a certain number of people do, and it's been very consistent. Month after month, year after year, people are being successful. And for everyone who writes, there are probably 10 who have had success in some way in making contact, but who don't write. And that's a very well-known kind of phenomenon. So I'm very pleased with this success, and we, during this coming year, want to grow our audience. We're going to be creating a new website called ufocontact.com, where we will be reaching out to a wider, more general audience, not just people who have always been interested in UFOs, but people who are open-minded, and we believe that's at least 50% of the public. When some of those people learn about UFOcontact.com, we will present them with instructions on how they can make their contact, the way that we've been doing at etletstalk.org. We will continue to have our social community there, and we will also be introducing a new iPhone and Android app that will allow people to connect with each other, to find each other on a map anywhere in the world, and be able to chat with each other and compare their experiences, or to form new groups to make friends. We're really excited about that, and that will be coming in a few short weeks to allow people to do that. So I urge people to come right now to etletstalk.org, become a member, and you will see how you can make contact. You'll be able to read about the plans we have for this app, and also for some retreats we're going to be doing. We will have webinars and teleconferences, as well as be presenting the research of world-renowned UFO researchers who are more and more embracing now the concept that consciousness can be used to contact ETI. You know, we're thrilled about that people like Grant Cameron and Richard Dolan and others, like Danny Sheehan as well, who has just joined us at etletstalk.org, will be talking about their research and their experiences and their perspectives on human-initiated contact experiences. And that'll be an exciting discussion and information for people coming to the website.
Great, and under Making Contact, we can find global CE-5 dates, instructions as well?
Yeah, every month, as I mentioned, our worldwide groups work together in a coordinated way for 24 hours, and those dates are under the Making Contact link. We will start using the new terminology of HICE, H-I-C-E. Right now it's called CE-5, but we believe H-I-C-E more correctly describes the experience to somebody who's not already familiar with the CE protocols. But people can see the dates there. And I do want to urge people that once they learn the method for making contact, the HICE, under Making Contact there, the link, they can do it anytime, anywhere they want to. They don't have to wait every month when we do the coordinated effort among all of us. That's fine too. We would love to add more people to that. But they can try the contact anywhere, in their living rooms, in their cars, out in the field if it's a nice night out. Just about anywhere where they're ready to do that. And the ETs will respond. And so I urge people to go ahead and experiment back. Up until now, governments have suppressed the information of UFOs and just not given us the truth. They have lied. Some governments are changing that slowly, and that's good, and we applaud that. But for many of us, it's not fast enough. So by using HICE, these human-initiated contact experience methods, we can do it ourselves. We become our own authorities. We are the people's disclosure movement, people-powered, and we are free to decide for ourselves what is real seeing in the sky or in our living rooms, or what we're feeling or hearing, not have a government tell us that we didn't see something, or not to pay attention, or to believe them. So again, this is people-powered. Make friends all over the world. Come join our community at etletstalk.org, and people will discover that there are many, many who are having these experiences, and they don't have to be afraid anymore about mentioning it to family or to friends, because they can find a community at etletstalk.org where it is safe to talk about these experiences. And it will become more and more so as more and more people learn how to do it for themselves and become part of the people's disclosure movement.
Yes, and if we have the attitude that the shadow government is strong and we are powerless, then that will become reality. If we believe that we have the true power, that will become reality. So it really depends on us. Okay, dear Kosta, thank you very much indeed for the interview. Our time is unfortunately up. It was really lovely to have you here, and I hope many will join. And do you have any last message?
Yes, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to your listeners here. And again, I just want to urge people to take back the power in their own hands. And if they're open-minded, that's all that's required, and good-hearted and peaceful, come to etletstalk.org, click making contact, become a member, and you will see that you will be having your own experiences before long. This is an experiment. Nothing like this has been tried before on such a mass scale, so we are at the vanguard, at the very front of this people's movement. So it's an exciting time to be alive, an exciting thing to be doing. So thank you for all of those who will come and visit and try this.
Thank you very much, and everybody please remember, we create our future. You heard Exopolitics Hungary. We connect worlds. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.